Okay, hello and welcome back to our blind Permadeath playthrough. Let's see if today is the day we beat this game. Is today the day? Right, I gotta talk to him.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bomb?
Fuck you. So we wait. I don't know when it started, so... What can I say? Let's go on 6 hours intervals. Are we done? Don't think so.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still?
Alright. You know what? Let's wait there. I'll get drunk and eat. Then I'll wait until the other morning. That should be it. Nothing more exciting than seeing the sundial. Alright. Where is the cocktail? One bread. Okay. Now I wait until daytime. $12 hours, let's see what happens. By this time I've waited for more than a day. Plus the day I went around doing random stuff, it has to be more than 2 days. Impossible. It is not. But I don't know. I don't remember. Still nothing, Jesus.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bomb?
Jesus Christ. Okay, let's wait until there. And we rinse and repeat. 5 minutes of sundial. Amazing. Truly amazing. Okay, 2 cockerel and like 3 breaths. Maybe 2. Alright. So Rover is expecting me. I hope he is expecting me to be drunk because we are going to. Okay, let's only eat 1 cockerel. Alright, let's do it like that. Let's talk to Sir Ruba. Hey, hey, hey.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Istran's a stubborn bastard.
All right, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
Alright.
I have to deal with some...
All right.
Let's make sure.
See you later.
And let's max out on energy. Alright. Can I eat this? Yes, 1 of these. Alright, that's as prepared as I'll ever be. Let's go with sword and shield. I think that's better, honestly. Although a mace could be good. 61 to blunt. Alright, I'll use the mace. Let's put some poison on it. Alright. Let's do it.
Are we prepared?
There's no reason to wait. You won't have another chance.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on 2 fronts. The North Gate and the West Wall, which will scale with ladders. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
Okay.
How are we going to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keezer claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
Well, I don't want to do that.
And what's the plan for attacking the West Wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire, so we'll need as many men covering them as possible. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale the wall. Once a few of them get to the battlements, We should quickly gain the upper hand.
That sounds even worse.
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
Somehow, that sounds like a plan.
What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Istvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
All
I
right.
think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack on the walls.
I'm proud of you, Henry. You
Okay.
changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, we will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier. This man must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
I'll remember that.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good
Yeah.
luck to you, old soldier.
See you later.
Not rush in. That's always good advice to avoid death. Who the hell was that guy that went to naked? There was a naked soldier. Well, he had clothes, but he had no armor. Maybe he's some holy warrior. But it's good the ladders can fly. Where is my shield? The fuck? My shield is not working. Ah, yes it is. Alright, I have to go up. I want to go first. Go first. Be brave. Oh, lead from behind. Be brave, men. Alright, let's go with these dudes. I want to get the mace to the face when I show it up there. Jump! Holy hell! Let's make sure they are dead. Actually, I didn't repair my weapons. Okay, let's follow the crazy madman. Holy hell, someone is attacking me. Don't want them getting up. Oh, they're getting overwhelmed. Fuck. Get into a cup. Holy hell. Apparently these guys are tougher than they look. Okay, let me see. We're in good health. How are our weapons and armor? This got glowed. Let's repair it. The mace is doing fine. How about the clothing? Really? Wow. What's the what? Tailor's kit. Alright. Very good. Let's continue. Jesus. The bastard can take a beating. Finally. I think Bernard is immortal. It's the only explanation. He should be dead. There's no way Azzhole can survive so many attacks. He's immortal. Holy hell. It's the whole time this dude. Right in the nuts. Are we supposed to do something here? Open the gates, maybe? Apparently we have to go back. I'm going to follow him. He's immortal. Always good to fight next to a demigod. You know what? Let's do what they said they were going to do to us. Shoot them with the arrows. If only I were good at this. So archery, it's amazing. Ah, Jesus. What, I run out of arrows? Well, it's not like I'm going to use them here. Can I access the horse? No. I'll just waste the rest of the arrows, whatever. It's not like I'm ever going to use them. I think. So tragic how bad I am at that. Well, I got one. Another one. Alright, maybe I'm getting better at that. Jesus, stop boing, you fucks. Did we win? At least I'm not dead. Apparently we won. No mercy.
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hans.
Istvan! It's over!
And then
You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more can I want?
The freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
well, the word of Istvan.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Hello, Blark, how are you? Yeah, I don't know why Henry's... He has like a gorilla's chest. I don't know what's going on there.
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, honor is
If your
keeping
word
them.
can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
Of course
My
we
apologies
will.
for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it as a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry.
You've heard what he'll do if we follow them.
We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Everything is going well, thanks, Blarg. I don't know if today is the day I finish the game. It seems like we're very close to the end. But this game always has another quest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's follow Capone here.
This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Up!
Yeah.
I thought the storyline of Capone would pan out
Noble,
more, you
right?
know.
Yes. So am I.
So Radzig will be there.
Yeah.
Like the conflict
What will you do
between
now?
him and Hanush.
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Rattay and its people. Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
But it seems, well, who knows?
What should I say to him?
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
And come Monday, we should be playing. Is it Monday or Tuesday? One of those days we should be playing High on Life.
What I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
Do what? Henry?
Yeah.
He has a very good horse. Trotting he always outruns me. As be a horse is super fast. I think Radzig is going to either strong up somewhere.
There's no sign of them. Move on. I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not
Imagine
half as bad as
that.
I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
All right, Father.
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is.
What an
We were
asshole.
young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Marquardt von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
Really? One horse can carry 2 armored
It's like
men?
I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Okay. Ah, that's not the end. An interesting ending. Well, it only took how many days? 77 days of game time. And 5 or... no, it was more than 5 deaths. 5 restarts. I have to say, due to the realism of the game, there is no challenge, or the challenge is like diminished by the end of the game. Usually in games, the final boss or the final stage is the most challenging, but because this game is realistic, there is no actual boss, so the game actually gets easier. You think it was unsatisfying? Yes, it is. Well, it's a realistic, and I think it goes hand in hand with the rest of the game. It's just like life. Every day is a disappointment for most. Every single day ends in some unsatisfying way, or on a low note. Only a few days are truly great days. But yeah, this game is the hardest. Usually in games, it's always the hardest at the beginning and at the end. And the middle is when it's easier because you don't have bosses, but you're overpowered for the situations you encounter. I think in this game, the beginning is super hard, and then everything gets easier and easier and easier. I guess the challenge was supposedly that you fought more people. Hi, Cultures, how are you? Thanks a lot for your donation and your congratulations. Yeah, finally did it. Amazing. Very good game. I hope they make a sequel. The only real criticism I have of the game is that the compass does not work on hardcore mode. Yeah, I don't think I got 20 in all the stats, but I got 20 in a lot of them. I got the light armor, but I think the light armor is not that overpowered compared to a regular armor you get. The armor I could get from killing the real key to success, I think, is getting 20 or very high strength, because with very high strength you can murder guardsmen, fully plated guardsmen, and steal their stuff. If you manage to do that, then you become very fast, very difficult to kill. I think that's the key, honestly. Becoming very strong so you can win, because the silent deaths are not insta deaths, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are not insta deaths. Although I don't know. I know trying to smother someone is not instantaneous. You can fail that. I don't know if the silent kill, maybe it is insta death. I would have to look into that. But if you're strong enough, you can overpower anyone in a stealth mode and then steal their stuff. Yeah, I don't mind traveling through the map. What I did dislike was that thing. The compass didn't have south, west, north, and east, which any person with 2 fingers of forehead could just figure out. Yeah, navigating the map becomes quite a challenge. Yeah. But eventually you learn the highways. But if you are dropped in an unfamiliar location, that is quite a problem. Especially if you don't even know which direction you're looking at. So, yeah, that's the only thing I would change of the game, for sure. Having a compass that works on hardcore, because there is no reason for stripping the cardinal points. That is unrealistic if you want to go there. I think they must have run out of development time by the end. That ending is very strange. And I don't think they are going to make a sequel. It seems unlikely. It's been, what, 40 years since the game's release? Alright. Apparently we get an epilogue here.
You're doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
Okay.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine.
Dreams or drugs?
What? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
Yeah, the sun is the easiest indicator. Any idiot can know where east is. And if you know more or less where you
I
are,
have to leave you now.
then you can figure out north and south.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
I think we failed at that. If killing random people for their stuff and banging women and abandoning them makes my mother... Holy shit!
Don't go. No.
I thought he was having sex.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Yobs.
What?
Right. I'll go straight away.
The game continues. All right.
What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here!
Who the hell is that
Or I'll
dude?
have you clapped in the stocks.
Ah, all right. This is the justification for continuing in the open world. There is no quest. Ah, there is a quest. All right, let's see. Meet Margrave Jobst. All right, I'll continue. I still can stream for another hour. Oh, yeah, this thing is still continuous. This has been a quest from the very beginning. Alright, let's go. Do I have my stuff? Apparently I'm bugged. The upper thing that's there. This is the place where they meet.
Stop for a bit. I'll just give you a quick search.
Are you serious?
What? Such are my orders.
Alright.
What's that to do with me? Don't you know who I am?
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Yeah, leave me alone. So what does this say exactly? Go where? To the upper, the upper castle, the upper floor. Alright. Father! That came out of the blue, that this guy is a bastard. Never imagined it. But I think the toughest part of the game was when I murdered like half of Urbits, and I had like a 60,000 gold piece bounty on my head. That I think was the worst it ever got. Outside of Skalitz. Skalitz was always very tough. One mistake and everything went to hell. Taking me sword. Yeah. What do you want from me? A game is over. Now I can kill everyone, it doesn't matter. Let's see what this epilogue business is all about. I think I can donate here. I want to see what my current bounty is. Yeah, I had like 60,000 gold or something like that. I remember I spent like a week gathering the money to pay the indulgence. Kind of crazy.
Oh, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
What did... Yeah, that was strange. Why put the crates after
lords,
that?
Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
Came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
And I am him.
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed. But to surrender it means giving up great privileges, too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go together. Let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation.
Thanks for the follow,
But then
Danny.
Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergolf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergolf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What
kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts. And now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghoff at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
But why did that dude show up here? As Hanush said, these guys are powerless.
It's best to write it in your name as Lord of Lipa.
Quite so, Margrave.
What exactly am I to write?
Oh, what isn't really the issue. The question is how. We need to learn where they stand on liberating the king and ousting Sigismund. If they'll make trouble or join our side, but...
But we have to ask in a way that won't leave Sir Capon being run out of the castle with a whip.
Exactly.
How about writing that you're concerned about current events and that you want to see things settled peaceably? And then ask the opinion of the League of Lords.
Very well said, sir. And what they want to do about freeing King Wenceslas.
Whether they think liberating King Wenceslas IV might contribute to resolving the dispute.
And what they plan to do about the god-awful mess in this country.
What steps they envisage taking to end the pillaging of Bohemia by foreign armies?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, I'd also venture to suggest one more. What is their stance on that is, the initiatives of Margrave Jobst of Moravia and a large part of the Bohemian nobility? Whether they plan to take action against them or support their efforts?
You read my thoughts, sir.
Okay. That is an odd situation. because everyone knows these dudes are against Sigismund. So who would believe they are neutral envoys?
If I didn't know anything about Yost, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But I've heard too much about him already.
Likewise. But I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right.
Well, we'll see what we learn from Bergov. If the League of Lords stands with Sigismund, then our chances pale, in spite of everything Yost said.
We shall see. We shall see.
All right. Father.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Holy hell. All right.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Allegiance. So Luxembourg was very important in the Middle Ages, who knew? No wonder it still exists.
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him, but he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Okay. And what happens when there is a bad king and a war?
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
All right.
The League of Lords and that Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
Yes, that always happens. Reality meets expectations, and expectations get dashed. Alright.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
Okay.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince-Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince-Elector?
The Prince-Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince-Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
Well, we were talking about Rupert, not Jobst. What the hell? I think the script writers forgot who the hell they were talking about.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
I think that
The
place
Liechtensteins
still
were a powerful
exists,
Austrian
doesn't
family,
it?
with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
Pretty sure Liechtenstein is still an independent country. Like Monaco or something like that, a city-state. I wonder how big is Luxembourg. I think it's bigger, more like a province of another country. A small province, but not a city-state as such.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Alright. Well, for someone that doesn't pay attention to politics, he sure knows a lot.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but Slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians, quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Okay. Oh, congratulations! You have completed the main storyline. If you like, you can still embark on side quests and activities or just wander the world. You can end the game anytime afterwards by riding off the map with Sir Hanush. Okay.
Come now, Hal. My men are mustered in the courtyard. We can get going.
So this is the actual end. You ride you ride to a sunset with Capon. That's the end of the game. Alright, bro. I love you, bro. Hilarious stuff. Wonder if I can murder people now. Maybe I can murder Laipa. Murder Laipa, murder everyone. They covered the world. So I think they were setting up a sequel, but for some reason they didn't. Yeah, now it's the time. Now it doesn't matter. I can kill everyone. That's how Henry rolls. In the blood of his former allies. Take a page from Sigismund. Alright, now that I'm done with the thing, let's spend the next 45 minutes trying to find the grave of this person. Find the grave. The herb woman asked me to help Drahomira. Where could this be? It's ridiculous. How could I even find a grave? I don't even know. I think it was in Ledetko, wasn't it? Let's go and see. I'll come back in 30 minutes here and ride with Capone to the outer lands and end the game. So probably this will be the last stream on Twitch. Tomorrow I'll test my YouTube stream. And come Sunday or Tuesday, we should be playing their High on Life. See how it goes. Alright, so let's go to Ledetko. Once again, many thanks, Coltrus, for your donation of this game. Very, very fun game. I'm sure I butchered the playthrough by the standards of normal people, but to survive in this world you need to do some pretty nasty stuff. Ah, well, glad to see I didn't reinvent the wheel. Alright, I think the burnt hut was there. Yeah, that's the way I usually play games that have stealth. Stealth ensures your survival. Because you're risking far less. Oh well, at least I managed to put some personal spin on the thing. Yeah. Alright, I don't know where this hut is. I'm pretty sure it was around here. Is there a cemetery? A cemetery? I always say cemetery, but I think it's cemetery. The Spanish it is cementerio. But where the hell is this hut?
Yeah.
I gave up. Ah, there it is. I gave up on this quest because the likelihood of me finding a grave was super low. And I still think it's basically impossible. Where could the grave of a person that lived here be? I haven't seen... There is no church here. Ah, maybe it is in Ratay. There is... Is there... I think the church in Ratay. Ah, fuck, maybe that's where it is. Maybe that's where it is. There is a graveyard behind the Church of Ratay. Maybe that's where I have to go. But in the end, this game is similar to most open world games. There is no real role playing via dialogue choices. You know what? Let's go to that graveyard. I think that's the best shot.
Yeah.
You roleplay at most by deciding which quests you do, how you do the quest, but not what you say. Not your words are not part of the roleplay. There are no dialogue choices as such.
Yeah.
Not that I remember anyway. But yeah, I remember when I played... What was that game? Dishonored. That was a tough game. Very stealth based. So yeah, this is like a super realistic version of a Skyrim or a Bethesda game. And the combat, I think they tried to make a complex combat system, but people like me can dumb it down. I'm sure the developers never intended for someone to fight the way I did. They expected people to try to use a skill instead of hitting people in the head repeatedly until they went down and hiding behind a shield. You know? Alright, let's see if there is a grave here.
Get away from people if you can't ride a horse, you moron!
Alright.
To heal, Mutt.
Yeah, there is a graveyard. Okay, let's see. I think there is another. There is no way she got sent to Azzhole. Could she? That doesn't make any sense. These graves are not even marked. Well, I do have to go to Azzhole for another side quest I ignored. So we might go there. Well, unless... Yeah, none of this is marked. I remember there was a quest that I had to dig up a grave in Azzhole. Maybe that's where the thing is. Because this seems like there is nothing here. Yes, exactly. Use the riposte, the dodging, the blocking. What? Only Capone left without me. But I don't see anything here. Unless they have an ossuary or something like that. I don't know how it's called in English. Where people stick the bones of the dead in like little boxes. Or the cremated dead. Are they called ossuaries in English? I don't know. A commoner wouldn't have a burial. That's why I always thought it was ridiculous to try to find her a grave. A commoner wouldn't have a burial. I think. A plot of land is expensive. Ah, the DLC. I could try that again. You know what? I'll try that tomorrow. You are right. I have those DLCs. The DLC that killed me. The Wolf DLC, yes. You know what? I'll do that tomorrow on YouTube. As the test stream. I need to test the stream there. So I will do that tomorrow on YouTube. We will jump into Teresa's DLC. Yes, it's true. I didn't do the DLCs. And if the game does not come up on Monday morning, we shall do more DLCs on Monday morning. You're quite right. Look at that. This is what I was thinking about. The place where you have all the bones. Alright. So no grave here. Let's go to Azzhole. Talk to the lady doctor. I forget her name. So if the grave's there. Let me see, maybe it's hidden inside the church. For some reason I always think this church has some sort of basement or something. Yes, I agree. I never like flashback gameplay. How could you die if you're alive? But the game said game over, you're dead. It is ridiculous. But back then I was super inexperienced in fighting, and especially using the bow. Not that I'm much better now, but it would be a fitting end to the playthrough, dying as a woman. Yes, I did that quest. If you want, I can spoil what happened in the monastery. Let me tell you, it didn't went as planned. It should be on YouTube, right? Already. If you want to see it yourself. If not, I can tell you what happened in great detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that playthrough fighting the wolf in the woods. That was a tough one. I'm very bad at archery. All right. Yeah, maybe I think I need to. Back in the day when I made videos, I put the location where I was in the video at the very least. But that was because I could split videos. So for example, when I was playing Mass Effect, I put the planet or something like that. Shit, I think I'm going the right way or the wrong way now. Quick way to Azzhole is the other way. Yeah. Basically, then someone tells you to impersonate a noise that's going to get into a monastery. So I tried to find him. Turns out he was sleeping. So I tried to wake him up. And I think he didn't wake up. And he had a guard. So I decided to kill them and take the stuff. Yes, a reticle would make things extremely easier. I think I took the wrong road here. This is the good road, yeah. That is absurd that when you are using a sword you get at this point to actually know where you're looking at, but when you have the bow you get nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's actually what people that shoot, they visualize something like this in their mind.
Yeah.
I kind of can hit people if they are close enough. Not that, yeah, I'm competent, but still very bad at it. Well, so I killed the guard and the noise, took their stuff and went to a monastery. So you get into the ceremony, and in the ceremony I said, sure, the guy I will have to kill is the one that's helping me now. It seemed the most ironic thing. So I said that probably a guy I was helping you say the vows was actually the dude that you had to kill. And then I started talking to people, and I didn't have my weapons, I didn't have my potions, I didn't have anything, I didn't even have a dagger to defend myself. Could this guy be actually talking seriously?
Stop and talk a while at least.
Well, the dog seems to think he's a bandit.
There's plenty of coin in it.
I am tempted. Let's talk to this dude.
There's plenty of coin in it.
The dog is super angry. The dog seems to think this guy is going to try to kill me. Of course. Did you see? It was like 10 guys. Hilarious. It's good Henry can run like no one else. So, I talked to the priestlings and became convinced Antonius was not the guy I wanted to kill. That it was actually the dude that didn't tell you where he came from, was all non-committal about anything about his past. Antonius had a very good alibi for everything. Very good liar. So he tricked me. And I decided very early I was going to do that quest fast and leave because I didn't want to get murdered by the guardsmen or by some other monk or whatever. Those lictors, I think, had weaponry. I didn't want to die being naked with some cloth in the monastery. So after I questioned everyone, I became convinced. I don't remember the guy's name anymore. There was Antonius, which was the real dude, but I became convinced he wasn't. There was the guy that never said where he came from and avoided any questions about his past. I became convinced he was the dude. There was the guy that was a former noble, I think, and he said he was punished and sent there and wanted to escape. He had money and wanted to escape. And there was the dude that said he was a peasant. He was a peasant and he preferred being a monk to being a peasant. So I decided, well, these guys are going to sleep. I can kill the guy while he's sleeping. Or did I think I wanted to. No. I remember. So I was convinced but not positive that dude was the one I was looking for. Yeah, this is what happened. So I decided I wanted to search them and see who had the dice, because the bandit said that the guy had a pair of dice, a very special pair of dice. So I decided, well, this is not Azzhole because I am not wanted. Fuck. I'm back at Ledetko. Are you serious? This is Ledetko. 100%. What the hell happened? Okay. Yeah, this is Ledetko. I did a 360. Alright. So I decided to check that dude for the ice. He had nothing. So I decided to kill him and stash his body. No. I decided to abduct him. That's what I did. I smothered him in the common area and abducted him. And then I took him to the cellar. That's what I did. Yes. Okay, let me see, where the hell am I? I think I'm in a camp in the woods here. I'm in this camp. So I need to actually go back that way again.
Yeah.
And I killed him. And the quest said it was completed. So I thought, well, maybe I killed the right dude. But I had my doubts, so I decided to kill them all. And I think I did kill them all, just to make sure I completed the quest. And that was the end of that. When I was killing the last guy, a monk noticed what I was doing and called like 6 guards, and I had to leg it out, run through the basement, take the horse and flee to the forest. And that was it. That was the adventures of Henry in the monastery. I was too afraid to stay there, to do the whole thing of the selecting a new out, talking to everyone. I just was too afraid to be in a place where I couldn't wear armor. Okay, let's see if I can do this without getting murdered. Well, apparently not. The guardsmen are coming for me. Are they coming? Yes, they are. Alright, let's go and talk to Johanka, that's her name.
Yeah.
No, they want to kill me because yeah, it's the same problem, I think. But I've killed a ton of guardsmen here, like upwards of 5, I would say. I think I got angry I got angry for some reason with the guardsmen. Or the bailiff. But yeah, I've been wanted here, I think, since I killed the bandits up there in the woods. It seemed like an unjust thing. And they wanted to imprison me. Or did they imprison me? I don't remember anymore. I know I've committed a bunch of crimes after that. Alright, let's search for Johanka. Let's talk about this Madonna thing. Madonna business. Where is she? Oh, there she goes.
Greetings, Henry.
Yeah, I killed the bandits and somehow that made me a criminal. And I think I didn't want to go to jail, so eventually had to do a quest. To do what exactly? I think I had to talk to the guy in charge of the mints. Fritz or whatever. That he came here and he was staying with the bailiff. And I had to talk to him for some reason. And the bailiff wanted to arrest me, so I killed him, and I killed the guards that came to save the bailiff, and I killed a bunch of people, so I could just talk to to that dude. Alright.
What do you mean? Peculiar
Let's
dreams?
see what this
The same
DLC is all
one.
about.
Over and over. In it, the Virgin Mary appears to me.
The Blessed Virgin? Really?
Really, she looks just like in the painting over the altar in Sasau Church. I always dream that I'm back in Scarlet's again. Like before. Before everything.
I understand.
I'm standing at the foot of the hill, with the castle behind me, by the walkway leading to the ore-washing tanks, near the woods. Uncle used to work there. I'm bringing him some food, going towards the pond. Then everything suddenly goes dark. I carry on uphill, along the stone channel up to the mouth of a huge cave. I go inside and the darkness surrounds me. But I keep going, and then I see sitting there in the dark.
Who? Who do you see?
The devil. He scowls at me with these horrible eyes. Then everything becomes engulfed in flames, and I try to flee from them. I run through the cave, but I can't find the way out. I can hear the devil behind me laughing horribly. When I can run no longer, I stop, and the flames catch up with me, and then I die. Then I wake up, still feeling the heat of the flames, and I can't get back to sleep again. All I can do is kneel by my bed and pray until morning.
Okay. So she doesn't have wet dreams, she has hot dreams, huh? That's a spin.
Have you told anyone about it?
No. No one at all, except for you. I was afraid people would think I was losing my mind.
Right. Well, it does sound a bit, you know, mad.
I know. Sometimes I think so myself. But then, when the dream keeps coming back, I think it must mean something.
Never go back to Skalitz. But let's indulge her delusions.
You're right. That's no ordinary dream you're talking about.
Exactly. I'm glad you don't think I'm mad. I was thinking, you know, that maybe I should go there, but the truth is, I'm afraid. And anyway, I can't leave here. So, I was wondering, since you're here, whether you wouldn't go there and have a look around for me. You're able to take care of yourself. After all, you've been in battle.
Sure.
All right. If it means you'll be able to sleep peacefully again, I'll go there, but what exactly do you want me to do there?
I don't know. Just go there and see if there's anything weird there, and then come and tell me.
Of course. Take care of yourself, and I hope things get better. With you and Matthias and everything.
Thanks, Henry. God be with you.
Oh, so I don't get teleported. All right. I was afraid this quest would teleport me like the other one. All right. Let's try once more to get to the church in Azzhole. If I cannot do it, then we shall head to Skalitz, I guess. Try to find this place she keeps talking out. A cave. There is a whole bunch of caves in Skalitz. But Jesus. Give me a second, please. Jesus Christ. Alright. So we have 10 minutes, unfortunately. So yeah, tomorrow I shall try to what? Do this quest, do the other DLC, probably. I'm still not sure when High on Life comes out. Yeah, a lot of people get angry at at Henry. A lot of people berated me for my unchristian behavior. I do think so. Ah, fuck. Let's try to kill him. One more corpse, one too many. Maybe I don't have to. Maybe he's too stupid. Better if I don't kill him. Corpses usually attract attention. Fuck, he's coming.
What's going on there?
Ah, shit.
Who's there?
I can see a church. Let's go. Leg it. Yeah, I think I got her to. Is that that's a fucking guard. I think she admonished me for letting a town die of the pest, the sickness, the Black Death, whatever it was, a plague. Is that a guard? No, it's not. Right, let's check out these graves, and then I'll go to Skalitz if one of these graves maybe. Really? Now straight to the Christian thing? I think you could, potentially. You need... what? You need a weapon that's not very deadly. So... people surrender to you. Because people do surrender, even bandits. Ah, he didn't want to disobey his... Well, that would be very difficult. Yeah, a good Christian wouldn't break vows, holy vows. That's very true. So, if he had vowed to follow his Lord, and the Lord said, don't leave, then yes, it wouldn't make any sense. Well, it seems to me like there is no grave, or if there is a grave, I would have to metagame it. There is no way. Finding the grave of a single person when anyone that person knows is dead or gone. Yeah, it seems like we will never do this side quest, so let's untick it. It's impossible to do that. I don't think I'll do any of that. Although now I don't need money, so I might be able to do that. Okay, holy hell. A cave? There is like 1,000 caves. Holy shit, alright. Let's do that. But yeah, I think you cannot do the game as a good Christian, and that makes sense. That's the reason why places like monasteries existed back then. Being a good Christian, I mean part of the world, the mundane world, is basically impossible. It's yeah, it's not going to work. So that's why you had to make places away from the world, so the actual good people could live there in seclusion. Praying for the rest of the people that had to actually engage with the sinful world. Okay, so where do we want to go exactly? I'm here. I'm here. So we're going to Skalitz, which is basically stay on the left. Hilariously enough, actually the other side of the river is better for going to Skalitz. Holy hell. Yeah. If I take the edge road. Alright. Back this. I think there is a crossing here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not going any further, I might drown.
It is a fair criticism, I agree. But it's because this is not an RPG in the sense that Lost or I understand it. This is a simulation. This is the simulation of the adventures of Henry of Skalitz. This is not an RPG in the sense that you can choose what happens in the story or how you behave in the story. Not really. Not through dialogue choices. In any event.
Yeah.
So just like Lost didn't like Skyrim, because it was not possible to roleplay properly. This game has even more limitations in that regard, because your character is not even a blank page that you can color wherever you like. It's actually as a man with a set personality, past, desires. It's very few things you can actually tweak about the personality and behavior of Henry outside of the way he kills people. More or less. So I understand why Lost wouldn't like this game.
Yeah.
You know what? That's true. I agree with you, Coltrus. That was the plan of the guy I killed. He wanted to join the monastery and stay there forever and leave the world behind. I think you're right. I could have done that. That would be a role-playing decision. You know what? I think that's the way a good Christian would play the game. You do this, the Saint Augustine switcheroo. You want a bunch of debauched things in your youth. You have sex with whatever has two legs, drink, your brain dry basically, and then you repent, go to the church and become a monk, and everything is good. You become a father of the church. I think that's the way a good Christian would play it. You are forced to do all sorts of nasty stuff, and then God opens the door to join the monastery. A life of religious contemplation.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's the correct way. If let's say you started the game with that mindset, that you want to be a good Christian, you can be a good Christian in the tutorial and die, for example. I never tried that. What happens if you try to help this lady at the beginning? Yes, they even give you a schedule, you know. There was a schedule, and the game would never end. A monastery simulator. Wake up, pray, find food, read a book. You know what? You're correct. I think that's how you would play this game as a good Christian.
Yeah.
You do all that's good at the beginning, then you're forced to do very nasty stuff. And then you repent and stay on the monastery for the rest of your life. Well, I would be lying if I knew where I was. I think I can get to a road if I get this way. I could just continue through the riverbank. That's good enough. Okay, let me get to Skalitz and I will be gone, unfortunately. This river gets straight to Skalitz, doesn't it? More or less. Next ford I have to take.
If I want to leave the province, I'll have to get permission from Sir Radzig.
So I already got there. So next ford I take to the left. There has to be a ford somewhere. I think it's here. Or isn't it? Yes, this is it.
Yeah.
But it's true, you could turn this into Monastery Simulation 2022. Alright, Coltress, have a pleasant... yeah, I'm basically going to this area and I'm ending the stream. So thanks a lot for stopping by. And I hope you have a pleasant Saturday. Hope I'll see you tomorrow for more shenanigans. I'll keep playing Kingdom Come until I can play High on Life next week. So we should have probably 2 more streams of the game. Have a pleasant day. I wonder how long I've played it in the end. Okay, we're getting close to Skalitz. And here we are, Skalitz. Now I have to find a supposed cave, but that will be for tomorrow. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Let me see, does this tell you how much time you have played? I think if I load it, it says 133 hours on this attempt. I think this was the previous attempt. On this attempt, 132 hours. Could that even be true? Guess it could. If I play for 2 hours for 70 days, on average, it does kind of work. Alright. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.